channel. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for notifications. Today's recipe is a very soulful, rich, creamy soup recipe. So if you are looking for a nice, warm soup recipe, this is your go-to. It's super simple, it's vegetarian, and the kids love it. Like, that's a win. So what do we need for this? We have some potatoes. It's basically a potato and leek soup, but you can completely omit the leek if you don't have it and just use potatoes. I have actually made it with only potatoes and it tasted great. So I have some potatoes, some diced potatoes, some carrots, some onions. Here are some leek. I have some vegetable stock, some garlic, salt, pepper, the regular deal, some tarragon, and we're going to make like a roux, which is going to be all-purpose flour, butter, and heavy cream or milk. So let's get this started. So here I have my pan, which is already heating. I'm going to go ahead and put like 4 tablespoons of butter in there and wait for the butter to melt. Once the butter starts melting, we are going to go ahead and add our onions and our leeks. The butter is nice and sizzly. Okay, so as this is melting, we're going to go ahead and put our onions. And into that, we are going to go ahead and drop in our leeks. Again, if you don't have leeks, you can completely leave it out. It's optional because, as I told you, I have made it without the leek and it tasted equally good. We're going to give it a slight toss in the butter and wait for the onions to turn like translucent. We are not frying it, but just a little bit of translucent. So here is our leek and onions, and you can see it's starting to turn like translucent. The leek is wilting. Into that, we're going to put in our diced potatoes and our carrots. Give it a slight toss. And now we're going to go ahead and add some garlic. This is minced garlic. Some salt. And some freshly ground black pepper. I love the sound of the vegetables sizzling in the butter or oil. So once all these vegetables are nicely mixed, you can see once you add in the salt, it's going to start releasing some water, and that's what we are waiting for before we go ahead and add in our vegetable stock. You can use chicken stock too, that will taste great. So this is nice and wilty. We're going to go ahead and add in our tarragon. And then we're going to add in our vegetable stock. I think I made too much soup. I'm going to feed the entire neighborhood with this. This is like way too much. But I would suggest you use like 3 medium-sized potatoes and 1 carrot for like a family of 4. That should be enough. I used way too many. Okay, so now this thing's going to cook until the potatoes and the carrots are nice and mushy. So we're going to cover it up and let it cook for a good 20 to 30 minutes. So you can see our potatoes are nice and mushy, so is our carrot. You can see it's nice and mushy. You can have the soup just like that, or we are going to make it better. So here is my pan, which is already heating. I'm going to go ahead and put 3 tablespoons of butter in there. And once the butter starts melting, we are going to go ahead and put 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. I'm going to wait for the butter to melt. It should take you like a minute or so for the butter to melt. So once the butter starts melting, we are going to go ahead and put 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. We're going to cook the flour in the butter until the raw smell of the flour goes away. I'm going to put in some freshly ground black pepper. This should also take you like a minute. Go ahead and add another tablespoon of all-purpose flour. So our flour is nicely cooked. We don't want to burn it, but we want to get rid of the raw smell. Into that, we're going to go ahead and put 1.5 cups of heavy cream. You can use milk too. And this, we need to whisk and make it into a smooth paste or dough. It'll almost be like a very mushy dough, like very sticky dough. This is what we are looking for. I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of water just to wash our cup. Get all the goodness of that heavy cream out. Okay, and in this will go into our soup. And we are going to mix that up. Increase the heat. Once we add in the flour and heavy cream mixture, you can see our soup will also thicken. We are going to cook this on medium flame, covered, for at least another 10 minutes or until you get like a nice, like smooth texture in the soup. So our soup is all done. You can see after 10 minutes, it's nice and creamy. You can mush up some of the potatoes, but I don't do that, but that's entirely your personal choice. So this is all done. We are going to plate it out. So here you go. Your leek and potato soup is ready to be served. I think I made as much, so much that we can eat it for dinner, lunch, and breakfast tomorrow. So, but this is so good. Let's give it a taste test. It is so good. You guys need to try this recipe. We do pair it with some like nice honey wheat bread, but you can use some like crusty bread too. So try it out. Here you go. potato leek soup. Enjoy!